Hi, welcome to Wise Guys, and this video is the continuous fractional exponent evaluating expression. This is part 2, and I will show you how to working with the fraction exponent when it is negative. The first question is 64 raised to the negative 2/3 exponent. The negative 2/3 exponent, when we're working with fraction exponent, we can first ignore it. We're just focusing on how 64 can be write into 3 exponents after factoring, if it is related. And we know 64 is even number, right? You see 64 is 8 times 8, but 8 squared. If 8 squared, this is radical index is 3. Is denominator is 3, you need to cancel the 3. But 8 squared is not matching, but 8 still can factor out, right? So you see 8, 64, you first do 64 equals, the basic one is divided by 2, so it's 32, and divided by 2 is 16, divided by 2 again, 8, you got the 4 again, you got 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 is multiple of 3, right? Sometimes if you are more familiar with 64, also you can see 64 is divided by 4. You got, this is 16, and divided by 4, you got another 4. You have 3, 4, right? That is much faster. But if you do this way, even a little bit slow, but it's still working, right? Let's do this one, 2 to the 6. This is 2 to the 6 exponent. And raised to negative 2/3. As we know, when working with fractional exponent, we multiply these two with 6 times. You can write the 6 over 1 if you feel like, oh, negative 2, too many signs. You write this one, right? You be careful, you write the 2 bigger, right? This is a little bit up, right? This is small. So now you can see it doesn't matter negative, positive, because working with these two fractions exactly follow the rule of fraction. So positive number multiply negative, and you got the negative, and the 3 with 6 can be cancelled out, right? Cancel out. This is 1, you got the 2. And these 2 multiply these 2 become numerator multiply numerator. You got negative 4 exponent. The denominator is 1. We just write 2 to the negative 4 exponent. And then if you're familiar, you can save several steps. But this is show you very detailed. Okay, now when you have negative exponent, we need to move to the denominator, right? Which is you write 1 over 2 to the 4 exponent. So this is equals 1 over 16, right? 1 over 16. The second question, let's see. 81 to the negative 1 over 2 exponent divided by 100 to the 1 over 2 exponent. How to simplify this situation? The reason is 81 is base, 100 a different base, right? We cannot combine them. Even move negative 1 over exponent over 2 exponent, 81 move down, still different base. So in this case, we just leave negative on the top, and we factoring 81 because 81 is 9 squared. So it's a 9 squared to the negative 1 over 2 exponent. The bottom, at the same time, we can simplify the bottom. 100 is 10 squared to the 1 over 2 exponent. So always try to factoring the base to matching the denominator. So in this case, we say 2 is 2 over 1. Multiply negative 1 over 2. You can, if you write 2 times 2 over 1, multiply negative 1 over 2, because you have negative sign, you need to write properly, right? And this way you can write 2 over 1, multiply 1 over 2, right? This one. So you can see this one, cancel this one, these two, cancel, you got negative 1. So you got the 9 to the negative 1 exponent. The bottom, you get the 10 to the 1 exponent. Then you can move 9, negative 1 to the bottom, becomes to 9 to the positive 1 exponent. So 1 exponent, we don't need to write the 1 exponent, right? Write the 1. So you have 9 times 10, and it becomes 1 over 90, right? This is the answer. The third question I will show you is here. Negative 9 to the negative 1 over 2 exponent. The bottom is the negative inside the bracket. I made this question, I want to show you how to deal with the negative, if the negative on exponent, or sometimes negative inside the bracket, sometimes outside the bracket. That is, be careful. If negative outside, that means this exponent only a factor to 9, is not related to this negative. And this negative is different. The bracket raised to the negative 2/3 exponent means this negative is a factor to the negative 2/3 exponent. And mostly this negative related this number, related the denominator 3. This one related this one. Because as we see, the cube root, this is index, the cube root can be a negative number, right? Inside the cube root can be negative number. So that's why we first step, we simplify the bottom one, because after cube root negative, still negative, so we put this one outside, become this one. And the top is negative 9 to negative 1 over 2 exponent. And this negative can be cancelled. First we deal with sign. Then we can write this one into 9 negative 1 over 2 exponent. This is 125 to the negative 3 2/3 exponent. Anything doesn't change, just simplify, deal with the sign. So, and then next step we have, then we deal with the exponent. 9 is 3 squared raised to negative 1 over 2 exponent. The bottom one, so first we working with the top, we can say this one. 2 multiply negative 1 over 2, positive multiply negative, still negative. And this 2 is numerator, cancel with this 2, right? Which is 1. This one cancel with this one. Get 1. This is a negative 1 exponent. This is the top. And the bottom one, 125, negative 2 over 3 exponent. So we need to consider, think about how to change 125, factor out 125 related to the cube roots. So we say 125, factor 125 is divided by 5. You got the 2, 5. 5 times 25 is 125. And divide the 5 again, we got the 5. So we have 3, 5, which is 5 cubed. So we can write here is 5 cubed go to negative 2/3 exponent, right? And same thing, the 3 is 3 over 1, multiply negative 2/3, these two can be cancelled, right? 1, 1, so then we got 5 to the negative 2 exponent. And then we can do next step. Because 3 is negative 1, we move to the bottom, becomes 3 to the positive 1. And find negative 2 on the bottom, we flip over the top, because negative exponent, we flip to the top, becomes 5 to the positive 2 exponent. And then we can calculate the 5 squared is 25, the bottom is 3. This is the answer. See, those kind of questions at the beginning looks like complicated, but as long as we follow the rule step by step, we can make it. Be confident. Okay, this is presented by Weiss. Thank you.